So, I don't know if you guys have heard this by now, but, Pokemon Generation 8 is officially here. Yes, I'm saved. Ad revenue, my bank account. I can finally spend money. Seriously, I was starting to get worried there for a minute that I might be going homeless. But nevertheless, my stressful business decisions aside, Pokemon Sword and Shield were revealed to us in this recent Pokemon Direct, and there is a lot to discuss here. And as usual, with any new Pokemon trailer revealed to us, today I am going to be breaking it down and showing you guys every Easter egg, hidden message, or just anything you might have missed in this new Pokemon reveal. And with the amazing looking graphics, details about the region itself, and of course the starter reveals, it can be pretty easy to miss some of the hidden things shown in the trailer. So with that said, welcome to this Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield trailer breakdown. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so before we actually get into this trailer breakdown, let's actually talk about what was given to us. In the Pokemon Direct, we not only got a 2-minute trailer about the new games, but we also got some insight from the developers giving us more details on Pokemon Sword and Shield. We're going to be going into everything in this breakdown, so that includes what the developers say in the new 2-minute trailer. I'm also going to get into a little bit of speculation here because I do have some ideas that I would like to share. And with that, we start off with good old Ishihara giving us a little nostalgia trip about all of the past generations of Pokemon games available to us throughout the years. There's nothing really hidden here since all this was meant for is just to introduce the new Pokemon games, so let's just jump into the trailer. The first ever shot we get of the new region is some game footage taking us through what seems to be the first route of the game, considering that there is a big 1 sign on the side of the road. We also get to overlook what seems to be a town of sorts. The buildings look a lot more industrial, which is definitely the vibe that they were going for, but the town does seem small, with no sign of gym or anything really major. There are a few things of interest though. If you take a look at this building here, at first I thought it looked oddly familiar to the CGI building that the starters were next to. This led me to believe that this is probably the professor's lab. But with closer inspection, thanks to the giant map provided to us, this is actually a train station, and you can even see what looks to be a train on the left side here. And these train stations are going to be very important in these games, as they are seen almost everywhere throughout the region. I'm guessing because this region is probably going to be extremely huge, so much to the point where they needed to add this feature to keep pacing from slowing down too much. Maybe this could also be a way back to Kalos. I mean, remember the abandoned train station? Also, the geographical layout of England and France, which are Kalos and this new region Galar, are laid out pretty close to each other. I could see something like this little river over here, which eventually goes to a forest, could also eventually lead to Kalos as well. I mean, we already know that Game Freak is known to hide important stuff with these clouds. Finally, there's this purple roofed building with a giant Pokeball here. I'm guessing since it's kind of big, important, and there's a giant Pokeball there, it's probably where the professor's lab is. The rest of the buildings just seem to be NPC houses, or maybe the right one could be a restaurant, and of course, the Pokemon Center, so there's nothing else really going on. This does prove though that the map we got isn't exactly 1 for 1, so don't think that towns like this forest one here is actually going to be just 2 buildings and a gym. Wow, all of this stuff we got is literally only the first frame of the trailer. We then get a cute little shot of a fletchling lightning rod, a small foreshadowing of things to come later on. Afterwards, we get a shot of what definitely is a city this time, as you can clearly see a giant gym in the middle of the area, surrounded by a bunch of houses. And if you take a closer look at the gym itself, we can clearly see a leaf logo there, indicating that at least one of the gyms will be a grass-type gym. It should also be noted that the symbols representing the gyms are different than what we are used to. This symbol is also incorporated into the Japanese logos of the game, which usually entails that it's very important. Examples of this would be the Mega Evolution symbol for Generation 6 and the Z crystals for Generation 7. There's also these really weird markings on these rocks here. In fact, there are stones literally everywhere around this area, and it's not there by mistake. The Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument that no one really knows the history about, which is in fact located in England, the country this region is based on. I think these stones and these markings on the stones will have a tie into the story, but I don't really know anything about the specifics, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Next up, we get a close-up shot of what looks to be the very beginning house you start in, as in the very next scene, we get revealed what the male and female characters look like. As a side note, for the people hoping character customization will be back in these games, I think it's pretty likely, since it has been heavily featured in previous games, and in Pokemon Go. We then go into small little clips of various different areas in the game. The shot here is of a purple house just outside of the first town, most likely the professor's house. I believe this to be the case since later on in the trailer, there are quick cuts of a lab on the inside, then quickly cuts to the outside of the purple house. The forest is most likely around this area, which interestingly enough could actually have the very first dark type gym, as the color of the sign here is black. And if you take a look at the map, the other gym areas throughout the game are represented by a color in the middle. One that we can identify for sure is this green gym over here, which is most definitely the grass type gym that we got in the trailer. And since the colors of the gyms are pretty much correlated to the gym's typing, it's pretty interesting to see that the middle of this gym here is black. But at the same time, I could also see this color being different than black. It could also just be a darker purple, which could easily represent poison, but who really knows? This big city here is for sure this big brown town area on the map. And finally, we get a closer up shot of the engravings on the rocks and of course the gym. But if we can go back to where the big city was though, this tall spiky building here looks oddly familiar to the CGI buildings where the starters were revealed. And actually, we get to see different areas of this city a lot through the trailers, so I'm guessing that this city is probably going to be pretty important towards the story. Either that, or they just really wanted to show off the graphics. But one thing that I know a lot of people probably missed from this trailer is the fact that this city actually has a gym as well. If you move to an exact frame within the trailer, you can barely make out a gym logo just above the train tracks where the building spike is. From there, we get more clips of the same city, a snowy area, which could either be this snowy city here or right before the Elite Four, and a closer up shot of the mossy house and lake. Afterwards, we finally get to take a look at how the wild encounters work, and thank the Lord that wild battles are back. But from here is where that fletchling foreshadowing comes into play. The wild encounter shows a Pikachu, and the trainer has a Minccino. So that means Pokemon from older generations are most likely going to be available to catch and use during your playthrough. This can be both a good and bad thing, because this allows for more variety than just the new Pokemon in the region, but this could also mean less new Pokemon, and the new Pokemon just being overshadowed by the older ones. I do have faith in Game Freak though that they will find a happy balance that works for everyone. The catching mechanic also seems to return back to the normal ways, as in the next scene here, you see the male character simply throwing a Pokeball at a wild Wishiwashi. We also get a chance to see how the battle animations look, and I gotta say, it looks pretty clean, especially the before the battle animations. By the way, in none of these battles do they ever show any new Pokemon, but honestly, that's kind of to be expected since they don't really want to reveal too much. I mean, they already gave us the starters, so what more could we ask for here? During the battle animations though, there are some more new areas revealed, such as the bridge area, a plane, and possibly either the inside of a gym arena, the Elite Four, or just an online battle. This area also has the Game Freak logo in the background with symbols in a different language. It's not enough to help depict any of the symbols found in the trailer, but it is an interesting thing to note. From there we get a cute shot of a Munchlax in a living room, the snowy gym city on the right of the map, a mine cave area, and most importantly, this thing here. Before we even get to theorizing on what this could potentially be, this is actually based on something in real life called the Hill Figures. This is essentially a large visual representation created by cutting into a steep hillside and revealing the underlying geology. And this practice can be found in none other than England, which again is where this region is based on. Now, the actual visual concept is still unknown to us, but if I had to make a bet on it, I would definitely say that it has something to do with the legendary Pokemon of this region. From the looks of it, it does seem to be an electric type of sort, since it is casting thunderbolts down on people, and it's got this little lightning rod tail. From there though, there isn't really much else to go by here, just some shots of some places that we've already seen, and the inside of the professor's lab. And from there, the final gameplay clip we get from the trailer is of the main character in some kind of jersey heading out to a stadium. I'm guessing this is what potentially future gym battles might look like, or maybe this is where you face the champion. This could also just be something completely new added to the games. And that's all the gameplay we get for now, but we do have some more things to discuss, like of course the reveal of the starter trio in this generation: Scorbunny, Sobble, and Grookey. These three Pokemon are definitely an interesting bunch to say the least, but as time went on, they really started growing on me. Now, from early speculation and thoughts, my ideas for the final stage typings are Fire Electric, Water Ghost, and Grass Dark. Fire Electric is kind of a stretch here because the bandage thing on its nose is worrying me about potentially another fire fighting type, but I think Game Freak knows better than to open that door. I'm saying that Scorbunny is going to be part electric because in the name itself in Japanese is actually Hibani, which is a combination of spark and bunny. I know, it's a massive stretch, but I don't really have much else to go on. As for Sobble, I think Ghost can work very well here since it is depicted that it likes to hide and stay invisible to the eye because it is so scared of company. And as for Grookey, I'm only thinking dark because of the fact that in its description, it states that it's a mischievous chimp, which are sirens in my head for either dark or fairy. But that's all the details I'm going to be giving about the starters because I will be actually talking about them in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. And with that, we are finally revealed the titles Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. The developers then go on to talk about the starters and region design in a bit more detail and just hype up the overall game a bit, and that's pretty much the end of it. All in all, I have to say I'm really satisfied with this Pokemon Direct, and I am very excited with the future of these Pokemon games, and I honestly can't wait to pick up my copy of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and become an Eryizo today. If you want to check out the previous video I did, be sure to click the annotation on the left. And if you guys want to see some more Pokemon Sword and Shield videos, click the other annotation on the right. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.